Day one, the trial of Sean Combs. Rain slicked the pavement outside the Daniel Patrick Moynihan courthouse as a crowd swarmed behind barriers, cameras clicking, voices shouting questions that would never be answered. May 13th, 2025, the day the war stopped calling him just a music mogul. Inside courtroom 7C, a jury waited. So did a nation. Sean Diddy Combs entered the room tailored in charcoal, eyes hidden behind dark glasses. He took a seat at the defense table flanked by a legal army. Across the aisle, a woman who had once been a pop princess now stood as a witness to horror. Cassie Ventura. A hush fell as Judge Lenora Maxwell called the court to order. 12 jurors, ordinary New Yorkers plucked from obscurity, now found themselves at the center of a storm threatening to shake the foundations of celebrity culture, abuse dynamics, and the American justice system. Assistant U.S. Attorney Emily Johnson rose, her voice calm, crisp. But what she spoke of unraveled like a slow-burning psychological thriller. This is not a case about music, wealth, or fashion, she began. This is a case about power, how it corrupts, how it silences, how it destroys. She paced before the jury like a storyteller building tension. There's another side to Sean Combs, she said. The side behind the velvet rope. The side that ran a criminal enterprise with one purpose: to exploit and silence women. Jurors leaned forward, pens scratched paper. In the gallery, reporters were stone-faced. Johnson didn't flinch. She described a world hidden in plain sight, luxury jets doubling as hunting grounds, record label resources used to procure escorts, surveillance, coercion, blackmail, and something more sinister: events Combs allegedly called freak-offs. These were not parties, Johnson explained. They were orchestrated multi-day sex rituals, women, including plaintiff Cassie Ventura, drugged, forced, filmed, and broken. A juror covered her mouth. Johnson spoke of Combs filming Ventura with male escorts, hired, paid, and directed by him. The footage, she said, was kept in a safe, a weapon for future silence. She wanted to leave. He made sure she couldn't. The prosecution would focus on Ventura and on another woman identified only as Jane, whose testimony loomed in the days ahead. When Johnson finally sat, the courtroom exhaled. Then came the defense. Tani Garagos, daughter of famed attorney Mark Garagos, stood slowly. Her tone was different, cooler, deliberate. Domestic violence is not sex trafficking, she said, and while Mr. Combs accepts responsibility for being a flawed man, perhaps even a cruel partner, that does not make him a criminal. She reminded jurors of something else. You will hear about his sexual preferences. You may be uncomfortable, but this courtroom is not about morality, it's about law. The 2016 video, the one TMZ had once leaked like a digital Molotov cocktail, was addressed. Indefensible, Garagos admitted, but also not proof of sex trafficking. She leaned into her theme. Cassie made choices. She stayed for 11 years. She left on her own terms. The room was divided, not in voice, but in breath. Then the first witness was called. Los Angeles police officer Israel Flores, now retired, took the stand. In March 2016, he worked private security at the Intercontinental Hotel in Beverly Hills. He spoke slowly, clearly, like someone who knew the weight of what he was about to say. He'd gotten a call, a woman in distress on the 14th floor. I stepped off the elevator and saw Mr. Combs and a woman, Ms. Ventura, in the hallway, he said. He described how Combs escorted her back to the suite and how he followed. Inside, he claimed Combs approached him casually, almost theatrically, and offered a wad of cash. I took it as a bribe, Flores said. I declined. He remembered the look in Combs' eyes, not panic, control. Later, he saw Ventura exit with a visible bruise, a purple eye, but no police were called. There was no victim pressing charges, Flores said. Nobody wanted trouble. But trouble had found them anyway. It just waited 8 years to arrive. Next came Daniel Phillip. He wasn't law enforcement. He wasn't a music executive. He called himself a provider. I manage male strippers, he said bluntly. In 2012, Phillip said he got a call A booking. $2,000 for an hour. The client, Cassie Ventura, the man paying Sean Combs. Phillip described arriving at a penthouse suite. Combs was there. So was Cassie. He sat in the corner masturbating, Phillip said. I mean, he directed us, baby oil, specific angles. He recorded us once or twice. Some jurors winced. Others stared forward, faces blank. Phillip said Combs took a photo of his ID. He said it was for insurance. I took it as a threat. Then came the moment that turned silence into suffocation. I saw him drag Cassie by her hair, Phillip said, into the bedroom. She was crying. Did you report it? Johnson asked. Number I thought I'd be killed? Outside the courthouse, the air was electric. Protesters clashed with fans. A poster of Combs with angel wings flapped beside another that read, "Believe women." Inside the courtroom, everyone knew this wasn't just about Diddy. It was about fame, fear, silence, and the power to erase people. Reactions. The internet erupted. Rolling Stone ran with freak-offs, filming, and fear. The scariest trial in music history. Law and Crime called the opening day a masterclass in narrative framing, both sides drawing lines between pain and perception. The Root and Essence highlighted Cassie's role as a cultural touchstone, a woman the industry watched disappear. Now we know why. Charlemagne the God said on The Breakfast Club, "This is bigger than hip-hop. This is about power unchecked." Amanda Seales posted, "If one of the most famous women in R&B couldn't speak for 10 years, imagine how many others never even get to start." By the end of day one thing was clear. This wasn't a scandal, it was a reckoning, and it had only just begun.